What is up, everybody? It's your girl Nia the Video Gamer, and I wanted to come on really quickly and go over some new Splatoon information. Now, there was a lot of information that came out of this Famitsu interview that they did with the developers and the directors of Splatoon, and somebody on NeoGAF actually translated to English. And here's a couple of points from the new news that stuck out to me. So first off, you'll be matched with players of similar rank to you based off of experience points earned in matches. If not enough players, they'll put you with people further away from your rank. If there's only 8 players, you'll be matched together. So whenever you're being randomly matched with other individuals, they put you together by rank, which is pretty self-explanatory. Many online games do that. So I guess it's nice to know that it's gonna do that instead of you being, you know, a new player and being matched with people who are like super OP and you just get dusted. I mean, you'll get better obviously, but still that's kind of unfair to people who are just jumping into the game. One thing that I hope that the ranking system does is match you by region. I like to be matched with people in my region. I don't know why, it just makes me feel more comfortable and it gives me another option. Maybe it's because usually I always get mocked by like people in like Japan, especially like in games like Mario Kart. Man, I don't know, but yeah. So also, while the online portion of Splatoon is focused on painting the ground, hero mode, which is a mode that they talked about that's going to be in the single player mode, I guess it's the same type of hero mode that you would normally find in The Legend of Zelda. In hero mode, ink is used as a means to move forward within the game. I don't know if that's the case with the single player in general, but I'm gonna assume so. You'll be able to look at the map on the gamepad to see where it needs to be worked on for your team. So I guess you could look at the map and see if there's like an area that doesn't have any paint, and you can go over and paint it and add some points to your team's total. There will be no way to directly communicate with people you've been randomly matched with. They will appear post-match in your plaza. I guess that's the same plaza that we saw in the latest Nintendo Direct with the shops and everything, where you can check out their gear, weapons, and comment. So I'm assuming you can comment on their gear or comment to them. I don't know what that means. That's weird considering that you can't directly communicate with them. That's interesting. Also, the game is in the final stages of development and they are aiming for a simultaneous worldwide release. That would be hype. I'm totally okay with worldwide releases. And they're planning on supporting the title post-release. So that means we might get some new maps, some new gear, etc. via DLC. I am so okay with this. Let's go. Now, when Splatoon was first announced at E3, I felt that this was the future of Nintendo. Splatoon was gonna be the game that jolted Nintendo into the future of online gaming. That being said, I still suspected there would be something off about this game. That one thing has been kind of confirmed today. We don't know yet until we get more insight on how friend matches play, or from the English directs, which will eventually happen for Splatoon. But supposedly, according to this translation in general, I don't want to jump the gun, but it sounds like no voice chat with randoms. Hope to goodness that we could at least chat with friends. There's been a big to-do about this today. There have been a lot of people crying out to Nintendo, saying things like, oh man, here comes Nintendo being ass backwards again, oh no. And while I agree with those sentiments, there are some people going into way left field talking about how now they're gonna boycott the game, which in my opinion is silly, because these big companies, especially a company like Nintendo that's like real hard up, you know what I mean, not buying this game is only gonna say to them that you don't like new IPs. I'm buying Splatoon either day one or within that window, because I've been itching for a new IP from Nintendo, and I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. But another thing, if this comes out to be conclusive that this game will not have voice chat, I will also be going to their social media, any surveys they have, and I will make sure that my voice is heard. and this goes to anybody, boycotting a product for an unrelated reason means absolutely nothing. For example, now if you wanted to go out and boycott the new 3DS chargers because they should have been in the box, that speaks volumes, because that's directly related to the fact that those chargers should have been in the box. You feel me? Boycotting a game because it doesn't have a feature does not effectively communicate to Nintendo that you're not buying this game because of this feature being omitted. You understand? Those two things don't match up. They don't stack up. So if this game turns out to not have voice chat, what I'm saying to y'all is y'all better make some noise. I get a lot of heat because on my channel, I keep it real with Nintendo. I cheerlead Nintendo when they do well, and I get on their ass when they do bad. But one thing you can't say about me, even when I do have my moments when I'm negative and I'm hard on Nintendo, because I'm a girl that's all about tough love. You got to keep it real with the people you love, and you can't hold back. You got to let them know. I don't just talk about it on my videos. I don't go and bitch to other Nintendo fans in forums and Google Plus groups and Facebook groups. You know what I do? I go to Nintendo's Twitter. I go to Nintendo's Facebook. I go to Nintendo's Google Plus, Instagram, Tumblr, and I tell Nintendo straight up. And when Club Nintendo was here, well, it's still here, but it's about to leave, I said everything that I've ever said in my videos on those surveys. So basically what I'm saying is I'm about that life, okay? And if you out here crying and bitching about boycotting a game because of a feature, I mean, that's your choice. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you mean business, if you mean what you say, then you will also be about that life and go tell Nintendo how you feel, because otherwise you just showing out and you want to be heard. And in this day and age, there are so many fakers and shakers out here, and if you cry wolf about Nintendo but you don't tell them straight up how you feel, in my eyes, you're a fraud, you fake, you're a joke, and I can't deal with it. Because like I told y'all in my last video, I've been a Nintendo fan for over 20 years. I'm not a faker. Anything that I say to y'all is because I mean it, and it's because I actually do care about where Nintendo's headed with their games and their business practices. I'm not here to show out. I'm not here to get a huge following. I'm not here to get 1,000 likes on my videos. I'm not here talking negatively to get attention. I expect the same out of y'all. So that's all I have to say about the situation with voice chat. Everything else on this list about Splatoon, the only thing that really raises a flag to me is the fact that if you don't have 8 players, you can't play a game, because there's no bots that are generated to fill up those spaces. On one hand, it's good because you know that it's a better chance you will have a more balanced team. But at the same time, what if you don't get a chance to get 8 players? You know what I mean? I believe that there's a possibility that matchmaking could potentially be an issue. But I mean, when Titanfall was said to have bots on the team, people got mad. So maybe it is good that Splatoon is gonna have real life human players. I don't know. But tell me what y'all think about the Splatoon information. Tell me what you think about Splatoon now that this new news has been brought about. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.